Mayor of Kingstown season 4 is on fire. Like, literally on fire. I cannot believe everything that this show has been doing through just 3 episodes of this season so far. Episode 3 is out. I just got done watching it, and I cannot believe the amount of layers that are currently happening in this story in such a short amount of time. The Kyle situation, the Robert, Ian, and Evelyn situation, Bunny, Frank, and the cartel. I mean, there's so many things to break down, and Mike is at the center of it. Let's talk about it. I feel so bad for Mike at times. Like, the amount of things that he has to deal with because of his job. And look, he put himself in that situation. He's the mayor of Kingstown, but I do feel bad for him. Like that scene in this episode where he's beating the crap out of the guy in the car who's not supposed to be on that corner is such a perfect summary of his job and everything he does on an episode by episode basis. But in all seriousness, I don't think we've ever been in this kind of situation throughout the show yet. In 3 seasons of this show, I think this might be the most intense this show has ever been. Mike is literally at wit's end with everything currently going on. He's not only dealing with the loss of Carney and how Kyle is now kind of unprotected inside, but now he's dealing with everything that is going on with Bunny and Frank, and Bunny losing men and him going after the cartel, and the cartel clearly coming after Mike and his crew and trying to get to Bunny in a way and, maybe taking over Kingstown, and that's the ultimate goal. It's just everything is colliding, and it's making the situation hotter than it's ever been. And I didn't even mention Nina and Torres and everything happening at the prison that might actually be connected to everything going on the outside. I did a video this week between these 2 episodes talking about how I think Nina is the one responsible for everything, that she's either the one pulling the strings or the cartel is forcing her to do so because they might have something on her. And after this episode, I feel even more confident in that her and Torres are responsible or connected somehow, because both of them were acting extremely shady this episode. Torres was, trying to pry about Carney's murder and trying to get into his locker and everything. And then Nina, at the very end, we saw that she has that really cool seat glove compartment in her car. But why does she have that? And why was she prepping that gun before leaving the prison? Something that we are definitely going to have to monitor throughout the season. And it wasn't really confirmed, but it feels like we're headed in that direction, is Kyle being addicted to pills on the inside. We saw that little sequence at the very end where he was given a tiny bit of a care package and something to help the pain that he is going through. And that's going to make things a lot worse going forward. And again, talking about those layers earlier, another layer to look out for later on in the season. Another big point for this episode is everything going on with Evelyn. And I don't know where that's headed exactly, but Mike kind of caught wind of it. And I will say, that moment where Ian drove Robert back home from the bar, I legitimately thought that one of them was about to get killed just like Carney did last episode. I'm glad it didn't happen, but I do think that it is very possible later on in the season. Last thing I want to talk about. Does anybody else feel like Frank is playing Bunny? Like, it doesn't feel as genuine as I want it to be. It definitely feels like there is a reason why Frank is doing everything he's doing, right?